9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
What is going on? It is Hardway Wrestling on a Tuesday, a smooth Tuesday. What is going on,
Top
boy?
Rope Tuesday.
Top rope Tuesday.
If you're somewhere down in West Virginia, it's probably topless.
That's definitely toothless. Definitely toothless. I spent some time in deep West Virginia this weekend on a show, and yeah.
How many out with the entire crowd that was there? How many teeth were in the audience?
I didn't have time to count.
Yeah, I do. You should be able to done it on one hand.
Well, I couldn't. Not all of them hold their mouth open.
Yeah.
There are some. I ain't gonna lie. There are some cretins there. Their tongue is bigger than their mouth, so it's kind of hard to tell. But let me tell you, I got to open the show for USW Wrestling, Brian Hardy's wrestling organization. Class act, by the way. We'll talk about it later. But I got to open the show. I got to go out and there'll be video on this later, hopefully. I got to go out. I walked around. They didn't know who I was. I'm out there, my fur coat. Right? The biggest fucking jabroni ever. So I'm walking around with big gold goggles or glasses and walk around the ring, high five, and people get everybody all excited. And I got into the ring and I said, I've worked in many places in West Virginia. I've worked in Martinsburg, and I got Dean. Dean was an announcer. He goes, "What?" I just looked at him. I said, "I've worked in Charlestown." What? And people see I was getting irritated. So then I went through I worked in Paw Paw. What? I just went through 5 or 6 different Charleston. What? It was just different. Shepherdstown. What? We hit a bunch of different ones. And I kept saying, "Do not want me." And by the end of it, they kept doing it. And I said,
They were trying to turn you heel.
Huh?
They were trying to turn you heel.
It didn't take long. So I said, by far, Elmore, West Virginia has some of the most disgusting human beings I've ever seen. What'd you say, boy? But yeah, it was a nice little crowd, about 100 people. It'll definitely be bigger next time. I knew the crowd had a really, really, really good time, and we put on a pretty good show, I thought. So, but we'll talk about that later when Austin makes it onto the stream. What'd you guys do this weekend?
I just chilled mostly, just trying to relax and get ready for another long week of work. So
that's for sure. Yeah, I saw you sent a message to Brian.
Wrestling.
Is that what you did?
Xbox, beer, and wrestling.
And we have a new I know more than you do heavyweight champion Ricky. Ricky wins the fantasy league.
Man, that TNA pay-per-view, I thought
you almost fucking blew it. You
Yeah.
almost fucking blew it.
Yeah, it got a little scary there when I was at work checking updates at first.
Yeah, I saw some of
Jesse to clean that belt off.
Yeah.
Straddling it right now, by the way. Giving it her goodbyes.
As long as your fluids are off it.
No, my fluids are staying, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will be John Cena in that belt all the way to you.
Oh God.
That Lysol.
You're gonna need it. All right. Well, let's get into some of the topics here. I can't see the chat. You guys are gonna have to keep me up to date on people in the stream or in the chat or wherever we're at some point. Guess I can bring it up. Maybe. Are we live on Facebook?
We are.
Facebook is running.
Oh, why am I not seeing it? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing.
You not see?
I'm not see. Let me refresh it. Let me get fresh with it. Oh, I see. 2 comments. I love it. 2 comments. Can't see them.
It's just Austin.
Just Austin.
Oh, it's just Austin. Yeah, yeah.
He's still texting while driving.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm okay with that. Whatever. I'm okay. He's safe. He's safe. He made it out of West Virginia. Okay, so whatever happens after this is all bonus points. All right, they just released what did they call them? Executive 1, Executive 2?
Corporate Executive 1 and Corporate Executive 2.
Gotcha. They just released Corporate Executive 1. Let me bring that back up. I got rid of it for some reason. What a dipshit. Producing the show. Wow. On the show. Nick Khan, Brad, COO Brad Blum, they reviewed as key figures in the Vince McMahon sex trafficking scandal. Now, I don't know what you guys read, and I tried to leaf through this thing. This made zero fucking sense to me. Duh is all I could come up with. No shit. that Nick Khan knew this, and some of these other executives knew this. No fucking duh. So, what was the point of bringing this up?
Well,
just because the names are out there now.
Probably.
Well, no, here's what I'm thinking. Yes, there is a no duh. You know, these guys are top level executives, so they probably knew what the hell was going on. But I think what they're trying to do is leak a little at a time about this and keep this story in the news, keep people talking about it, because they're looking at it like, you know, if we keep people talking about it, if we keep this in the forefront of the wrestling news situation, it's going to gain as much traction as possible. People are going to know about it. And, you know, we go to now here, the thing I don't know for sure is they're asking for a trial, and I don't know how lawsuits work, if lawsuits are like a regular criminal trial where they have to have a jury, or if the judge just, if it's just a judge ran trial for a lawsuit where the judge then hears the evidence and then decides if there's enough evidence to award damages to the victim. If it's a judge trial, then they don't have to worry about, people being skewed one way or another about it, because it's a judge, they're like, that's, and if a judge has an issue, the judge can recuse himself. So I think that's ultimately what it is. Yeah, there is a no duh to it. We know these guys are top level executives, so they've got to know something, but I think they're trying to leak out piece by piece of this to give more, to keep people talking about it and keep it in the public consciousness.
Yeah.
But that's,
of course, they also revealed corporate officer number 3 is Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Didn't we already know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like,
because while Shane stepped away, she was the one that stayed involved with WWE all the way up until shit started hitting the fan here recently.
Yeah.
Over the last couple years.
Yeah. So we knew Stephanie was covering shit up. We knew all that. We knew that much of it. Now they're saying that Khan and the other dude were not involved with covering up anything or being involved in any.
Yeah, they weren't involved in the misconduct or any of the violence or accusations or anything. It's basically just that they were serving as protectors of the secrets and whatnot, trying to keep everything quiet.
But they knew.
Yeah.
So how does that not make them part of it?
It's guilty by association.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if I go out and kill somebody and I told Jason that, hey, Jason, I killed this person. Jason knows about it. If he gets subpoenaed for a trial because he's my friend, he's, under oath. I mean, can't exactly lie about it.
Well, here's the thing. If you tell me anything in 10 minutes, I'm going to forget it.
That is true.
I'm actually the right one to the right one to fucking tell things. If you're just joining us now on Facebook or YouTube or X, please make sure you go follow. Give us tell us, tell us how to stop in the chat and say hello. It's okay. We will not bite. Well, Scotty might.
Especially if I'm hungry enough.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that toothpick's getting gnawed down pretty good.
But, okay. Yeah, so Stephanie's definitely out of there already. Do you think do you think Nick Khan or Brad Blum? Do you think either one of these guys are gonna be exited stage left?
Very possible.
It's hard to call on that one because, like Ricky said, guilty by association. So whatever they knew does go against them. But whatever they like, if what they covered up, if they were actively to a point of guarding the secret to a point where they did something illegal, then yes, most definitely they're gone. If it's just turning a blind eye and not see it, like kind of just, we don't really see, we know it's there, but we're just kind of not going to look at it kind of thing. I think they may get the Pat Patterson treatment, where kind of like what happened with him in the 80s, where he was quietly exited out of there for a little while, and then a few years later brought back under and like by that time the scandal had blown over, so they could do the same thing with these guys, because Nick Khan's pretty much the, other than Triple H, he's the one running this thing. Like he has all the information of how this thing is supposed to work. So even though they could pull a TNA and put somebody in there who has no idea what's going on, get rid of all these guys and put people in there who don't know what's going on, which could happen. I don't think they're going to do that. I think TKO is too new of a company to throw the guy that knows.
I don't think so. See, they're already there. I mean, they're talking about getting rid of these guys. They even came out and had a statement that, if you guys remember, saying that if they're involved in this, they're out. Right? We're getting rid of them. They're going to be gone. And I honestly,
I can only imagine Stephanie was one of those turn the blind eye people out of this whole thing. But again, you're right. Like, once they know you're gone, I think Stephanie already saw the writing on the wall. That's why she got the hell out.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Austin. Austin to the stream.
Sir.
What's up, buddy?
Yo.
How are you doing? We're talking about the McMahon trial. We're talking about the names that have been released here as executives, like, because nobody knew.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that Nick Khan was involved in this. So honestly,
Yeah.
I think if they're going to stay true to their word, these guys got to go. They have to go.
It's going to be sad to see, because I feel like since Nick Khan has taken over and Triple H has kind of been at the helm of things with Nick Khan, the product's gotten so much better. But
Absolutely,
I agree. Like, if they're going to say, like, oh yeah, if you're involved, you got to go. But the question is,
Jim Jones made the best Kool-Aid. Doesn't mean he was a good dude.
Yeah, exactly. and that's the hard part, though, is like, who at this point wasn't involved? You mean to tell me, like, and I don't want to say it, but you mean to tell me that Triple H doesn't know anything about this?
No, damn well he does.
He's sitting there whenever Steph's telling him at night. He's sitting there like this,
right.
just
there's no way.
Bullshit.
He knows, and I think he feels like he's on the hot seat.
Almost everyone would have to be. I mean, everyone in that corporate office has to know, like, this was happening at some point. And I mean,
that's another reason why Kevin Dunn's out of there. Not just Stephanie, but Dunn. Like, he kind of saw the writing on the wall. It's like, you know what? I'm going to get while the getting's good, because, he's got his millions of dollars that he's saved up over.
He's never been named in anything.
But he's a McMahon loyalist. He was a McMahon stooge, so he's got to know something. So,
do you guys like the new camera work now that Dunn's out of there?
yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It looks
it's
so much better.
1,000 times better, yeah.
It's weird. It's weird to watch. I don't know. It's like a movie.
It really is. Did you see what happened last night with the camera work that happened last night with the Superplex?
How did I miss?
So they started like at the ramp and walked down the ramp, walked around the left side of the ring, did a low camera shot on the Superplex as it was happening, cut to a different camera. It looked like a shot out of a movie. It really did, like you just said. it looked really sick, and I was like, okay, this is actually like the production's just gotten so much better since Kevin Dunn's gone. It's not like we have 18,000 cuts in a matter of 5 seconds.
Yeah,
turn me into having a damn epileptic seizure.
Well, I tell you, it's funny because you know how I watch wrestling because I'm going down the road watching wrestling in the morning. It's very difficult to keep up with the action and I'll get you. I don't know how many times I thought I was gonna get pulled over because it looked like a fucking dance party in the front seat of the car with all these different cutscenes and stuff. So, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I guess Scott, you're probably right. They're trying to keep it out there in the forefront by releasing some information at a time. But if they're releasing this information, it's probably public knowledge by now for most of it. So,
I wish like anybody out there in our group, if you are a lawyer, like we'd like to get you to come on and like
Stephen P. News.
Yeah, exactly. If we could get him on, it would be amazing. But if we could get a lawyer on here, I would love to pick their brain as to what this like is going to look like in the long run, in the long haul of how this kind of stuff goes down. A civil suit like this. What it's like releasing the names of the players and stuff like that. Like I said, trying to keep it on the forefront, but it's names that we already kind of know we're going to be a part of it. I'm just waiting for them to release one bombshell name. Like, I mean, and I don't even know who that would be. I'm just saying.
Okay, all right,
Triple H.
Wait, nope, don't say it. Now you can't say Triple H. I'm gonna count to 3, and you're gonna yell out a name. Do you think he's involved in it? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Shawn Bruce.
Who did you say, Austin?
I said Bruce Pritchard.
I said Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I was thinking Bruce.
Oh, so Bad Bunny's not. You don't think Bad Bunny's it?
Bad Bunny.
Oh god.
Bianca Belair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bianca Belair. So. Well,
I still think on the outside, Jim Ross knows something.
There ain't no way that motherfucker remembers anything.
Probably not at this point of his life, but then again, you never know.
That's maybe. I mean, maybe that's what made his wife fall off the moped.
Okay. Yeah.
Too soon. Okay. All right. The biggest breakup in wrestling history: CJ Perry and Miro. They're no more hot, flexible wife for Miro. they are officially split up. How long did you think this was going to last with her kissing every wrestler in the fucking world in every angle?
You sure it was that, or that she slid a finger in backdoor on Miro and now it's damn near close to amputation?
Could have got infected. So I do think it's funny that for like the last however many months of this shit story that they were trying to tell in AEW, that Miro was beating on the door and CJ Perry was behind it with another dude. Maybe that's why Andrade.
That's right. It was Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade. Andretti. Right, Andretti was one of them.
Yeah.
So,
hey, they're in talks with Shelton Benjamin. Maybe he's the new one for her.
He could be. Well, I don't know what this. I don't know what this means. Miro has been, and I'll be honest. I like Miro. He has been fucking terrible in AEW. He is one of these guys that. He's one of these guys that doesn't want to play ball. He doesn't want to do anything. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do that. Has Miro lost a match yet?
Not since his initial TNT title run.
That's what I was about to say.
Finally coughed it up to Darby Allin. Like, that was his only dominant showing in AEW, and that was, COVID time almost?
Yeah. I think he broke his foot in this meat slapping match they had recently. Him and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Keith Lee.
Keith Lee.
I'm sure if it was they were the other two. Owen Hardy was there, so
they were the other two that were supposed to be in that 8-man scramble at Revolution.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, All right. Also, you shook your head when I said Miro is just terrible right now. Why do you?
So I kind of took it out of context. Like right now, yes, I agree. But I was just thinking whenever he had that TNT title, he was dominant. And I just think like if they booked him correctly, you can make Miro a monster. But I think that's the thing. Like they got too many cooks in the kitchen over at AEW to do anything with right now. So
Yeah, but none of them can fucking make anything. That's a problem. They all these none of them can fucking cook anything up. The fucking Redeemer.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Like Miro,
Yeah.
Miro's the top fucking star, and you can't find something for this guy, or you can't figure out something to make this guy happy. I have no idea. I have zero idea.
I mean, the man's fucking jacked. He should be like feuding with Samoa Joe or somebody like that, at least up in the world title picture. They don't have to give him the world title, but he should be doing that, not mid carding.
He's not a champ. He's not a world champion. He's not
no, but at least have him up there in the picture.
And I think the biggest issue with him is he really can't talk that well. Like he's not a talker. So, I mean, look, you compare him to Samoa Joe. Like, yes, they look the same in regards to size, speed, things like that. But then you give him a mic, Samoa Joe's going to kill that man on the mic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations like, yeah, sure, he has the look, he can play the part, but he can't talk the talk, so it doesn't really matter.
He does, no, see, I don't agree. I agree and I don't agree. I think if you put him one-on-one in a ring, Miro's getting eviscerated. But in the back, he does a lot of backstage vignette stuff and stuff that he can work on and practice and whatever. Like his promos are really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Miro's promos are really good and really thoughtful. If you really listen to what he said, he's out of his fucking mind. But if you listen to what he says, it's all good stuff. And I don't know if he's just overproduced or that he because he's not producing himself, obviously. But he's got everything. All right, Scotty, Miro's got everything in the business, but what?
Well, okay, he's got everything but in the business, but a manager. Like I agree with you that his promos in the back are good, and I think a lot of it is he's trying to say something through his
my wife.
Yeah, well, but like the Redeemer promos when he was mad at God originally, like after the whole him coming in and he was friends with Kip Sabian and stuff like that. After that, when he got mad at God,
the best man.
Why didn't they team him up with God then?
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been an amazing.
Because Sami Zayn's on Monday Night Raw.
That is true.
And Vince already did that gimmick in WWE, so their AEW's not going to pull that kind of deal.
Ricky, what does Miro need?
He could use a good mouthpiece, like a Paul Heyman type. Jonathan Cross.
Maybe the Heat Magnet. Austin.
I mean, they don't really have anybody on AEW that's a good manager mouthpiece, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Nana who can dance.
Yeah.
Well, Arn Anderson holding up his IHOP menu like a fucking play sheet.
I think he's gone. I don't think Double A's there anymore.
Arn and Tully are both gone.
I knew Tully was long gone, but I thought
Tully
Arn
can't
was
get along with anybody. That's Tully's problem. He can't get along.
Yeah.
So I think for me, Miro needs. I'm not going to use the cop out answer of a manager. I think he needs a faction, like a solid faction, where he can be the front piece of it. And AEW loves their factions, so give him a faction where he can be the front piece. Have a mouthpiece tied in with it and have like a tag team in there so that way they can get a little extra heat.
Somebody called Jinder Mahal and Bad News Barrett and Sheamus stat.
Sold.
Hey, Sheamus' contract might be up here soon.
Yeah,
he deleted X. I saw that.
Yeah. So, faction, I don't know. He stands out. He's an imposing character. He wouldn't be the front guy of any group. Like, he's never the fucking Bret Michaels. He's definitely fucking CC DeVille. Like, he's in the back. He's the muscle. He's the guy that you don't, when shit hits the fan, this is the guy that's fucking cracking heads. He's not a guy that's out front, right? I would love to see him in a tag team, right? See what he can do in a tag team. Match him up with another big dude like Powerhouse Hobbs or another guy that they can't figure out what the fuck to do with.
Fuck it, give him Taz. Take Taz off of commentary. Just make Team Taz 2.0.
He's got a broken freaking.
That's like 3.0 or 4.0 at this point. Give him Brian Cage.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Hey, give him Brian. I don't know.
Oh, chicken legs.
Hey, you said it. I didn't.
I mean, okay. And here's the other thing. I like Ricky Starks and Big Cass, Big Bill. But what if they put Big Bill with now I want to call him Rusev. Miro. What if they put Big Bill with Miro? What do you guys think on that one?
Doesn't do it
no,
for me.
It's two guys that can't fucking talk.
Oh, that's also true. Yeah.
That's one of Tony's throw darts at the board and try and make a new faction or tag team idea.
Yeah.
And that's why Ricky and Big Bill work is because Ricky can talk. Big Bill can just work or just
maybe
just be the big guy.
We could put Miro with Bear Country. Those two guys, they're big boys. I don't know. Miro needs a reboot. Miro needs something. I feel like Miro needs absolutely. And CJ was not it. She's terrible.
Yeah.
She's done absolutely nothing since she came here to AEW. There's no point.
Good. That is her thing. She's got great tits, and that's it.
No, we actually know what he needs now. Another
hot, flexible wife.
Yeah, he needs a wife.
Yeah. He needs a divorce. He needs a divorce.
Well, he's working on that one. He needs another wife.
So after that,
she said that she was hoping they could. She said they're going to just remain friends. How's that going to work in fucking AEW? When he looks over and she's on the arm of Kenny Omega or some shit like that.
That's her word,
we're gonna
not
get
his.
A Sammy Guevara smacking the fucking mouth situation for sure.
Yeah, that's her words, not his.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's more for Miro. I just don't. I don't think it's an AEW. Honestly, I really don't. I don't think it's an AEW. I don't think a lot of people in AEW.
I think he needs to do what almost everyone else is doing right now and travel overseas to New Japan, beat the shit out of someone over there, and become relevant again. I mean, that's kind of worked for Dolph, Matt Riddle, our boy Scapegoat, Jack Perry.
Oh, please don't. Did you watch his horseshit thing this weekend?
Which one?
The one where I guess he's with House of Torture.
Oh, yeah. That one was bad. But what I'm saying, it's relevant. We're talking about it right now, are we not?
Well, it is relevant because it's fucking terrible. So they lost. The House of Torture lost. And they always shoot these promos instead of a media scrum. They get everybody together and they get them in front of a terrible backdrop that's not wide enough that they can't keep the camera in place. Fucking showing the concrete wall in the bathroom. Some guy with toilet paper stuck to the bottom of his fucking foot. It's fucking terrible. And you got four of these dudes from New Japan that don't speak a fucking lick of English, and there's subtitles at the bottom. And he's trying to communicate with him and cut like riff because when you do promos or you're talking to people, you riff off each other, right? You go back and forth sometimes. And if you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, and Scotty, if you get a chance, go back and watch it. It is god awful. I'd fire every one of those fucking I'd fucking fire every one of Kimchi, whatever the fuck they're name. I'd get rid of them all. Fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible.
Gosh.
Anyway, Hall of Fame, boys. Hall of Fame. We got 4 members or 4 groups people going into the Hall of Fame up until this point. The recently just announced Muhammad Ali.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Drew like a anyway. You had, what was the U.S. Express?
Yep.
What's her name?
Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda.
Yeah, Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. I'm talking about Bull
Nakano.
Yeah, Bull Nakano, which I don't know zero about her. Scotty, you might. And Paul Heyman. Which I'm down for the Paul Heyman, even though he's not out of the business.
I am too, and yeah, now that you just brought that up, that's the thing that I don't like about this, and it's how they put Rey Mysterio in last year. How the fuck are you going to go into a Hall of Fame when you haven't even retired yet? It should be like baseball or football. You got to be retired for 4 or 5 years before you're eligible for induction.
I'm going to tell you. People don't fucking retire from wrestling.
That is
People
true.
don't leave. They
That
leave
is
and
true.
they come back, and they leave and they come back, and they leave. If you see them, they take their boots off, they put them in the middle of the ring, and then they have somebody come behind and grab them just in case.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. People it's a long time before people just retire. Look at Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna bring. I was gonna bring Rick up because it's like that
Flair
guy
went in his evolution. Did he go in his evolution? He went in his evolution.
He went in his evolution. He's in as the Horseman, isn't he?
He's in as the Horseman. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a
I don't
Horseman.
think Evolution's not in because
Evolution
Orton's
shouldn't
not
be in yet.
retired.
What's that matter?
Yeah,
I just don't think Evolution's in the Hall of Fame.
They're
yet.
not.
They might not be, but I think Rick's in there. I think
As
Rick's
himself and the Four Horsemen.
Yeah. So and he's still out there fucking banging around in the ring.
But ever since his retirement from WWE match, he hasn't wrestled in WWE in any capacity. He's been behind the scenes as like a manager, about to work a dumb knocked up Lacey Evans storyline, but other than that, he's done nothing like as far as wrestling matches.
But he still has wrestled, whether it was TNA.
Well, yeah, I mean, in another company though.
But it's the same. Like to me, it's like wrestling is wrestling. Yes, there's different companies, but if you retire from wrestling, you retire from the whole thing. That if we're gonna qualify it.
No, he retired. He was forced to retire from WWE.
Here's kind of where I'm at with it. Who the hell's coming up with this? Who the hell gets to decide? Yeah, you're coming in this month. You're coming in. You're coming in. Like in every other sport, there is like a committee or the fans vote or there's some sort of committee. Who the hell is back in the back going, okay, we're going to induct Paul Heyman this year?
It looks like it doesn't. This group here, and I love Barry Windham and I like Mike Rotundo. Both of them, by the way, are already in the Hall of Fame. Did they need to go? I don't understand. And I get it. There's different characters, right? I don't feel like you need to go in as every character. I think you go in, right? Yeah. Barry Windham should go in for he's in, go in for the Horseman, go in for just Barry Windham by himself. We don't need 11. Can you imagine?
Chris Jericho is going to have like 15 Hall of Fame inductions.
Can you imagine when the Ocho goes in the fucking Hall of Fame? Holy shit! What are you gonna fucking do? Like I don't agree with that. I think that's absolutely fucking silly. Why people have 6 fucking rings? How many Shawn Michaels have? Like he went in as DX. He went in as the fucking
himself.
Like I mean, I don't understand. And this all these guys, all these people, and I like them all. I don't know a lot about Bull Nakano, and maybe you can fill us in on that, Scotty, under 30 seconds. But I just don't. I don't get. This looks like a reach. It looks like a reach. And there's a million people out there, and we put it out in the chat earlier.
Absolutely.
Put it out in the chat. There's a million people out there that should absolutely go into this Hall of Fame.
Well, let me first answer Austin's question because there's a couple of things to go with that. Before the whole Vince McMahon scandal, it was Vince. So and Vince only knows anybody that's wrestled for him. So guys like Ernie Ladd, or who I believe is in the Hall of Fame, but people that never really had a big presence, whether it was with Titan Sports or with later with WWF, aka WWE. Vince kind of throws that to the wind and it's like, we're not going to put the old timers in unless they had something to do for us. Second of all, the other thing is that Vince holds a lot of grudges. And to get into what you were about to talk about, some of the names, the people that have not been put in the Hall of Fame that should have by now, Vince has named. He has a list. I'm sure that's where Jericho got the idea from, because Vince has his own list. And if you're on that list, you don't make the Hall of Fame, whether you had a prestigious career or not. So.
He had the biggest beef with Bruno Sammartino for fucking ever, I heard.
Right.
Yeah, Savage as well. And I mean, Savage is in the Hall of Fame now, but for the longest time, Savage, they had nothing to do with Savage because Vince was pissed at him. So, to answer your
He was
question,
banging Stephanie.
yeah, I think now, and I'm hoping that this is going to change in the future. That as the company moves forward without Vince, that we will see names that have been snubbed in the past start to be coming into their names are going to be coming back up, and people are going to hopefully lobby and petition to get some of these guys in the Hall of Fame. But we'll see how that one goes.
Well, I'll tell you one right now that won't ever get in, and I think based on wrestling career should be a lock despite what he did outside of it, and that's Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest technical wrestlers and performers I've ever watched growing up. Was always one of my favorite. Do I agree with what he did outside? Hell no. And that's going to always keep him out of that from being inducted.
And the sad part to that, Ricky, is it's the same reason that McMahon will never go into the Hall of Fame after he dies. And that's because he did something to the company that they tarnished the name of the company. So, because of such a public display.
Oh, you see, that's what Vince was worried about. He tarnished the name of the WWE. Hey, wipe that shit off your face and go get me a sandwich. Get the fuck out of here.
Again, I'm not
megalomaniac.
But here's the thing. We're talking about Vince's logic here at the time. Vince's logic was he did something to publicly tarnish the company because, again, that was in the news for months after Benoit killed himself and his family. So that, and I believe to this day that, if Triple H stays in, if Nick Khan stays in, they're going to hold to that no matter what happens. They're going to hold that Benoit did something that was to them unforgivable. They tarnished the name of the company, and therefore he will never get into and that's why Vince won't get in, because Vince
Snook is in there. He killed somebody.
That is true. I forgot about Snook.
Was he in before he killed somebody or after he killed somebody?
I think it was after.
He killed somebody a long ass time ago.
Vince fucking paid to have that covered up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Vince fucking paid to have that covered up. How much money do you need to shut your fucking mouth?
God,
sign this.
Vince couldn't, but see, that's the thing. The Benoit thing they couldn't cover up.
How about Demolition?
Yeah, that's the big one on my list is Demolition.
Yeah,
because there's one that Vince had a grudge against because there wasn't at least 2 out of the 3 guys sued him for the rights to Demolition, and he hated that. And therefore,
they never got the money from their fucking LJNs.
Nope, they never did. And that's they sued over the rights to their names, and I think even they're sued for their royalties over the LJNs. And Vince never forgave him for it, and he never would put him in. And I think that's a name that now that Vince is gone, they need to think about getting in there, because Demolition had one of the greatest careers. No real, stupidity or scandals or anything like that. So I think they are well deserved of being in the Hall of Fame. So, but that's just me.
Reading the chat, Owen Hardy, and I met a ton of Hardys this weekend, whether their last name was Hardy or not.
I think like half our viewers are Hardys.
Yeah. I've gotten so many friend requests from different Hardys over the last couple of weeks. It's been hysterical.
The only one that matters is Owen.
That checks out. I believe that one.
There's 1,000 of those. There's 1,000 Hardys. I rode with them all this weekend. And if you're not,
yeah, trust me, Jason. You and I both met all the Hardys, and to this day, I still think Owen's the only one that matters.
I think I love them though. They're the best. I really do love them. They're such great people. And it was funny all weekend long. The one girl kept calling me Justin the whole.
Oh, okay. Now I understand why.
Yeah, I thought they were
Justin in the chat.
I thought they were confusing me for. I was like, huh?
What? She kept going, what? Dang, Justin. So you are Madison. You're definitely my favorite not Hardy. Oh, Maddie Penny. Anyway, yeah. So let's look here at some of the people. Barry Horowitz, Tony Garea. I don't even know who that is. Garea.
Tony
And
Garea, he was a wrestler for a while, and then became an agent for the longest time. Yeah.
Rene Goulet.
The clown is down. The clown is. I hope you guys know that story.
I do not.
Nope.
So when Doink first started in the WWE or WWF back then, they were going to turn him heel eventually, but they present him as a good guy. So in between when they were doing the tapings, they would send Doink out to entertain the kids and the fans and stuff like that. Well, one time they got a bunch of rowdy kids and they all kind of tackled Doink at the same time. Well, Rene Goulet's on the headset in the back and he sees it and he's yelling to the security, the clown is down.
Through the eye.
And they had to send security out there to rescue him. So but yeah, Goulet definitely, he's another classic guy that should go in.
Psycho Sid, the Sandman, Psycho Sid. Do you think Sid Vicious is still playing softball?
Yeah, he's probably every body part of his is probably metal by now, so he can play with impunity without worrying about breaking anything.
Yeah, Psycho Sid's a good one. I mean, why not? Why not Psycho Sid? He was with was he the Twin Towers? Was he with Dangerous Danny Spivey? Yeah,
he was. Him and Dan Spivey were together. It wasn't the Twin Towers. It was the something Towers, but it wasn't the Twin Towers.
I believe there's a great match out there where a guy was going to no-sell Sid and Danny Spivey, and they beat the absolute fuck out of these jobbers. I mean, fuck their world up. Anyway, Ken Shamrock, which he just signed a Legends deal, I believe, right? He just signed a deal, so it won't be long to Ken Shamrock. I actually thought Ken Shamrock was going to be in this round, and I mean, there's only 4 people listed right now, so we're going to get more. We're probably going to get at least 2 more. I would imagine
you're probably going to get 1 more wrestler, a Morium, and the Celebrity Wing. That's typically how they've been playing. It's like there's always a celebrity, and then there's always someone that's passed away.
Well, Bray's the one that passed away. I thought they were going to induct.
They haven't announced it yet. That's been everyone's suspicion, though.
Yeah.
Well, there's no honestly with Heyman's the headliner here, right?
Yeah.
Right. Heyman's the headliner. I would think that you would want Bray to be your headliner. Honestly, I think that's.
I mean, yes, but. On the same note, I think that having Heyman and Bray in the same thing, I think it wouldn't hurt. Especially the Memoriam Wing. If you put him in there, I think it'd be fine with it.
Huskus the Pig gonna put Bray in?
Sign me up. Sign me up for the whole Firefly Funhouse to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Have them just be a single class.
Best faction in all of fucking wrestling for 3 years. The Firefly Funhouse. And let Cena induct him. We almost got to get Cena out of that. So.
Can he come out naked like he did for the Oscars?
Owen said put the gobbledygooker in.
Hey, I'm in for the gobbledygooker. I don't know why he's not in yet. Take out Bull Nakano and put gobbledygooker in. AJ says Vicky Guerrero.
I don't think she did enough for the WWE, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
but she was the fucking GM.
Yeah, she was GM for the longest time.
For 3 years, right?
Excuse me? Yes. Yeah. Plus, she's Eddie's wife.
And she was banging Edge behind the scene, storyline.
She
was with Edge.
She also went and joined AEW, didn't she? Wasn't she on AEW?
She was with Nyla Rose.
So that kind of hurt.
Remember when they brought Andrade out, and that's how they introduced her? Was Vicky Guerrero screaming coming down a fucking ramp, and you couldn't hear his music over her screaming.
Yep.
Who the fuck is she bringing out? Who is this dude? It's Andrade. Whatever. Mabel and the Dynamite Kid. Or Viscera.
Viscera, yes. Dynamite Kid's an interesting one because, like, I don't know. Like, he should go in, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, his career
I
is
got
so...
one for you.
Go ahead, Ricky.
CM Punk. He doesn't even wrestle enough to be part-time.
Oh. That'd be
Seriously.
that'd be interesting when that comes around. Nelson Frazier Jr., aka Mabel, Viscera, Big Daddy V.
Yeah.
Guy. Oh, now they're yelling at each other in the chat. All right, somebody put Shark Boy. Henry Shark Boy, get the fuck out of here. Oh, here's a good one, and I got one for you, Scotty. Midnight Express.
Yeah, that one would definitely, and all three of them should go in. The two different iterations.
Yeah.
Dennis and Bob. Huh?
And Jim Cornette.
Well, and Cornette. I mean, he's kind of the given, but all three iterations, or both iterations, Dennis and Bobby and Stan, along with Cornette. But here's the thing, and this is what's going to make when that comes around. Hopefully, it does in the next 5 to 10 years. But when it comes around, can we pry Cornette out of his house to come and be a part of it? That's where it's going to get really interesting, because we, like, those of us who listen to him know that he is a germaphobe, so he doesn't like going anywhere. Two, he just hates people, so he also doesn't like going anywhere because of that. So he hates a lot of wrestling right now, so that there's another reason he wouldn't want to go out. So, but yeah, no, Midnight Express would be great, and honestly, as long as they stay alive, I think the Rock and Roll should be the one to induct them.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So, but yeah.
Ed DeWitt, who I met this weekend, great dude. Adrian Adonis.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen to all the stories about Adrian Adonis, one of the toughest fucking guys there was.
Oh yeah. But see, the problem,
Very flamboyant. Was he like our first, like, he wasn't gay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he played that character.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the first one to do it, because that was Adrian Street. That was a Street kind of gimmick that Adonis ripped off. But and that, like, and see, here's one, and like I said, that's one to me that I think, even though he never wrestled in the WWE, he should be in any wrestling Hall of Fame, is Adrian Street. He was like one of the most interesting British wrestlers that they had. He did that flamboyant gimmick. He had Miss Linda, his valet, aka his wife, and like all the stories you hear about him, one of the toughest dudes, and yet also like one of the like, just, I mean, again, it goes without saying with being a wrestler, but one of the craziest dudes. A lot of wrestlers are crazy, but he was an interesting crazy. So I don't know, like, I think he's another one that just should be in any normal wrestling Hall of Fame, including the WWE's.
Ooh. Owen Hardy, also known as the Best Hardy, just said William Regal. I'm here for that. I don't think he is.
If Regal is in or not. I don't think he is.
Well, if he's not, then yeah.
That's a good one. Definitely a good one.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. The number one thing says 5 reasons why William Regal should be in the Hall of Fame. So I think that is he's not. So
yeah. No.
I was thinking for the celebrity wing, what about Butterbean?
I mean, he's got a lot of his health back now. Why not?
Especially with him being researched with DDP.
Yeah. But the problem is, if we do that, then DDP would be the one to want to induct him, and then you'd have a 30-minute DDP yoga infomercial. So
fine by me.
Owen is saying Cornette should not go into the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna tell you right now, Owen. this iterate, Cornette's always been a nutball, right? He's always had his quirks or whatever. One of the next to Bobby Heenan, Jim Cornette is the best fucking manager ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I model a lot of the shit that I say and do around Jim Cornette and how he used to work the ring or work around the ring. He rarely got in the ring and did anything. I mean, there was a time where he fell off a fucking scaffold and blew his fucking
blew his knees. Yeah.
But other than that, Jim Cornette, if you can go back and watch, he was the top mouthpiece. When he spoke, the shit that came out of Jim Cornette's mouth was unbelievable. And it made you think every time. He always had quick, snappy one-liners, boom, 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 boom. I love it. And he should absolutely be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
know you agree. You agree.
This guy loves Jim Cornette.
But being like dead serious, like there was a promo he cut in Smoky Mountain Wrestling when they were about to do the what was it called? The Four Faces of Fear or something like that. It was 4 different matches on 4 different nights right around Thanksgiving. And it was I think if I with the Rock and Roll versus the Heavenly Bodies. Dr. Tom and Stan Lane. Or no, it was Dr. Tom and Jimmy Del Rey. That's who it was. Anyways, long story short, he cuts this promo describing what these 4 matches are going to be. And it's like, it was supposed to be a 4-minute promo. They went to a 6-minute promo. But you're sitting there, you're listening to this. And then again, this is later in his career. You know, after he's done, you know, stuff with the Midnight and all that. And he
did you swallow your toothpick?
Excuse me, I'm getting choked up here. No, the promo.
Motherfucker.
If you find the promo on YouTube, look up Smoky Mountain 4 Faces of Fear promo with Cornette. It's the most enrapturing promo because you're listening to this guy. And he's describing with perfect detail what they're going to do. And he holds your attention. Whatever he says, like Jason said, whatever he says, you listen to. And, you know, like he has, like other than like you said, other than Bobby Heenan, Cornette was one of the best mouthpieces out there. Like he had it all coming and going. And, you know, you can't find anything. You can't even, like, other than Heyman now, there is no equivalent to it. You know, Heyman is the, you know, Heyman now, what Heyman is doing now is very reminiscent of what Cornette did back then. So, I don't know. I love, I mean, again, I'll always be a Cornette. I know people hate his guts. That's fine. But he says the truth, and hey.
So, all right. Well, let's that's it for our regular topics, boys. Good job. Yeah, there'll be more. I'm sure there'll be more Hall of Fame people come out here soon. Paul Heyman's not the headliner. Maybe he's not. Maybe they're waiting to drop a bomb on us. Maybe King Kong Bundy.
Is Bundy not in? I thought he was in too.
I don't think Bundy's in.
Yeah, I don't think he is either.
Austin, can you check that?
Oh, and get on it.
Terry Gordy's been in by himself. Has Terry? Well, as you want Terry Gordy to go in as the executioner? Or, Jesus. The Freebirds are in, right? Terry Gordy was long gone now.
Yeah, I think the Freebirds are in. They're just they didn't have Gordy.
Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. I remember because he sang that song at his Hall of Fame. Did you say Bundy's not in?
He's not, and
Why?
I'm reading here, and it says the list says 10 wrestlers blacklisted from who not getting in the WWE Hall of Fame, and the reason why they have him listed is because he was acting like a prima donna and overly stiff with wrestlers he didn't like, and his personality is probably the main reason he hasn't been inducted yet. Unlike many on this list, Bundy has a good shot of eventually getting into the Hall of Fame, however.
He was stiff. Okay, how about Brody?
Brody.
Not Brody Lee, the old school Brody. Old
Bruiser Brody.
Brody.
He's also on this list.
Yeah. We going because someone's feelings got hurt. That's why.
Yeah, pretty much.
Someone's feelings got hurt. People who didn't want to do business are in this fucking Hall of Fame, and you can't put King Kong Bundy, the King of the 5 count, in here. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Hey, Austin and I had a hell of a weekend. We talked about a little bit at the beginning of the episode. And Austin, do you want to tell these guys? What happened to you this weekend?
So first of all, I'd just like to say I got cheated out of my match in Axel Crow. He pulled my hair down, put his feet up on the ropes, and cheated me out of a match, plain and simple.
It happens. He'll never get
and then
the Hall of Fame.
Hold, Austin, what hair? What hair?
Oh, that's up top of my head. Did you see it right here? Anyways,
maybe he was grabbing your dick hair. That's not. But that ain't.
Scotty, why do we always come on here and you got to be my biggest hater?
In that locker room, bro, it's very possible. I ain't gonna lie. When Axel Crow's around, you got to be very aware of your surroundings.
So, after the match, there may or may not have been some extracurricular activities that involve us beating the absolute dog shit out of Axel Crow in the middle of the ring. He's neither here nor there.
Hello, friends.
And then our good friend, the commissioner, came out and said that because of my actions with my good friend Sunshine Danny Granville, that we would be thrown into a tag team match against this team, the Radical Stars, and one thing led to another, and I get to walk out one of these.
You're looking at your new USW heavyweight champion, Black
I
Sunshine.
love it. I love it.
Is that
Black
what you're going with?
Sunshine.
Black Sunshine.
Yes, sir.
Belts
Sunshine
modeled
Danny
after the
Granville.
classic WWF tag titles.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's a reason why Danny Granville is holding that belt the way he's holding it.
Yeah.
That is big dick Danny Granville, by the way. Big dick Granville. Yeah.
So,
I love
how much did that cost to get that replicated? I'm sure Brian gave you the specs for it, but how much did that cost to get that replicated so you could actually have one of your own?
Scotty, unlike your replicas that you buy, I actually work hard for mine. So neither here nor there. So hey, anytime, Scotty, you want a shot at this, let me know, and I'll be sure to whoop your ass in the middle of the ring for it.
There's no gravy on it, so he's not interested in it. So I love Danny. I love Owen. Danny. What do we call? I love Danny Granville. He comes to me. I probably shouldn't say this. He comes to me. He goes, "Hey man, you think I should tape this thing down?" And he probably said the same thing to you, right?
I was the one that gave him the idea, low key.
Okay. He looked at me. He said, "Do you think I should tape this thing down?" And I went, "Why?" He goes, he said, "Honestly, man, I just don't want people having cock envy." I'm fucking dying. I said, "Hell no. Let that thing swang." I told him that he should start out. One month. It should be like this long, and then the following month it should be this long. Like every time he gets in the ring, it's down. By the time in 3 weeks, he's down to his knee. So,
Wow.
I love the kid. He's got a belt strap.
It is funny. It is funny. So when we lined up to take that picture, he purposely said, "Hey man, put your belt like this so we can take this photo." I said, "Oh, okay." And it wasn't until after we took the photo I realized why we took it like that. So
again, Brian. It says this USW is Brian Hardy. This loser here that's on the picture, Brian Hardy. Sunshine is the Batista of USW. Shit, and that is from a child. Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
as
yeah,
fuck.
this loser here, Brian Hardy's wrestling organization. You know why I call him a loser? Because he lost his title this weekend to Huck Sawyer.
Good old Huck.
Good old Huck. And let's not get it twisted. Your boy was very successful in with his guy too. So we are the silver screen champion. I mean, he is the silver screen champion. Not he is. Yeah, he is. He's a champion. So
You know, Jason, you and I, we had a really good weekend.
we had
All the way in BFE, Elmore, West Virginia.
That's right. The only
All
bars.
the 17th.
There were plenty of bars, but it wasn't on your phone.
Correct. I have also never seen that many Dollar Generals in one area in my entire life.
No, that's
I think I passed more Dollar Generals than gas stations on the way down there. It's unbelievable.
That's absolutely true. I don't know why Dollar General doesn't sell gas because they would have killed it in that area. Killed it in that area. 2 out of the 4 champs won. Someone just sent me. It's how the house showed roster sold tickets. They were different times. I don't know. What was that? Anyway, yeet. Anyway, yes, we had a pretty successful weekend. So, anyway, that's gonna do it here.
Wait! Isn't there ATCW this Saturday?
There is ATC. Man, I completely forgot. There is ATCW. Buddy. One day at a time. We are at ATCW this Saturday night. If you have not been to an ATCW show, they're good shows. They're good and fun shows, and there's always something exciting going on. Brian Hardy will be defending his ATCW Heavyweight Championship against Lucius Wade of TCW. And if you've not seen Lucius Wade, you can catch him on TikTok. He's got 1 billion followers. The TikTok wrestler is what they call him. He's a really good dude. So
usually they have a lot of food and hot dogs there too to eat, as long as you keep Chucky and the Glizzy God there down the bottom left, away from the concessions.
Facts. I was just about to say the same thing. As long as the Glizzy Gobbler himself, Scotty, stays away from there, you'll be all right.
We were sitting there bullshitting at the end of the night, and a girl come over with a box of hot dogs, and it was like, "Does anybody want?" Scotty leaped into the fucking box. Oh yeah! She goes. He looked at it like he was going to check it out for. He's like, yeah, I don't mind if I do.
Have you ever seen a fat?
They do got good hot dogs. Ain't gonna lie.
Yes. Have you ever seen a fat man refuse free food? Okay, like
I don't blame you, bro.
So
I still wanted to see a $20 throwdown between Scotty and Chucky to see who's going to win that hot dog eating contest.
He swallows his hot dog. He eats his hot dog sideways.
He eats the hot dogs the long way.
The long way. So, anyway, that's gonna do it here for Hard Way Wrestling. Scotty, Ricky, Austin. Thank you so much for hanging out. We will not be back on Friday. Most likely we'll be back on Thursday. At this point, we might be back on Thursday. Friday. No Friday.
Thursday?
Throwdown Thursday.
Might be someone's birthday on Thursday. Just saying.
Oh.
May or may not be.
I don't know whose birthday it would be. So.
Then we got to do it on Wednesday.
The champ's birthday.
We are now having it on Friday.
Yeah.
We're not coming back to the following Thursday. So, anyway, that's gonna do it here for Hard Way, and we'll see you next time
on the Hard Way.
Peace.
Oh, damn, I missed.
See the fucking shit that time.